My grandmother, I remember so well, how, you know, she always talked about being honest, being honest, you know, and respect, being respectful. And yeah, that I, I just grew up with all of that. And I tell my grandchildren all the time too, whatever you do, don't lie. It might be difficult, but just tell the truth. Just tell, don't make up all these false things and all of that. And be respectful. We have to be respectful to all adults, not just your parents or, members of the family, but everybody. I remember this lady, I think everybody called her Miss Kids. And I remember I was about to go to the eighth grade, and I had decided that I was about grown. So we were coming from school. I had never done this in my life, said anything disrespectful to an adult. But I thought that day I could just be grown. And I didn't tell Miss Kids that she was lying. Or some, I said, you're telling a story, and you better not tell my mother. And something about her being crazy. Well, Miss Kids didn't say nothing back to me, but guess what? She told my mother. And I will never forget the harshness. Now, my mother didn't, I wasn't the one that she would spank or whip, but she could just give those words. And they went all the way through you, and you knew you better never say anything or do anything like that again. And I remember, I will never forget. And to this day, I call people Mrs. or Mr. or even yes ma'am or no ma'am, because that's what I was taught. It's not that I'm older than a whole bunch of people I call Mr. or Mrs. or say yes ma'am, yes sir, but that is just part of that upbringing that I will never forget. Never forget. Mm-mm. And so I tell young people all the time, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your pal, I'm not your friend. So I'm not Elizabeth to these little people like this. I'm not. You can call me Miss Elizabeth or you can call me Miss Wilson. I don't care, but I am not. Don't please get in my face and address me as Elizabeth. Yeah, older than their grandmother. But so that is something that's missing to me. Because to me, that's being disrespectful to adults. There was an opportunity for people to either get a newer house or a larger house. But those of us who said, I don't want to move. I'm gonna live right through this little small house that I have. Because the children are gonna be out of here. And I don't need this big mega house. And so my last one graduated in 1980. This house is just perfect for me. I don't need a bigger house, you know. And 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 I like, you know, oh, I can be out here in the yard working and people will stop and they'll want to know, do you want to sell your house? I can give you double of what you paid for it. And I'm like, do you see a for sale sign in my yard? Because if you don't see a for sale sign, then leave me alone. So that's what I've put up with for all of these years, and a lot of us have. I had cleared out, started clearing out, like my jewelry box in my closet, in my sewing basket. And I went and got them, and I said, these are some things that we can use, and we need to have a yard sale. We don't have any money to do anything to raise money, but everybody got something that you can put into the pot. And and oh my God, even that night, they got the jewelry thing, and they start looking at it. They say, "Oh, I'll buy this. Oh, I'll buy this. Oh, save this for me." And there was that excitement. And we had our first yard sale in 2001. And we just simply call ourselves Seniors Helping Seniors. And what seniors do is help each other. We started out paying taxes, and it grew into helping if you needed a little something else, a little help with your repairs of your home, a little help if you needed a fan or a heater. And we're still going. And we can help. And this is what I tell the city. We're not asking you for free stuff. We're saying we want to help, but we want you to help. One size do not fit all.
And so, that's where so the balance I saw began to happen when young family people began to move back into the area. Because, see, all of us people that came in my generation, our kids are grown and have kids. So that's one of the crises that they had, I think, with the school system, because, they weren't that many kids, and especially uh, black kids, and I always have them laughing, they're tearing down the projects now. And I said, don't worry, they're going to rebuild those projects and stuff, because for years, those people in the projects have qualified Decatur for all kinds of federal grants. The only low-income people they really have were the people in the projects. And it's, no, we can't have, no, oh, we don't like them, but we can't have them move. That will raise the income level of Decatur, and we won't qualify for anything. But the people in the projects have helped Decatur or qualify for a whole myriad of grants. I used to be on the planning commission, and I used to see that. They took out the projects. Decatur's income would go through the roof. Put the project guy in there. And they, the feds never stopped letting them do that. Then they'll take the money and take it across the tracks and rebuild downtown. And do nothing for the people who were in the project. Of course, they kept the recreation center open, the Epster Park and that kind of stuff. So it's a joke. Like I said, or the transition and the economic mix, because that's one of the things I was always concerned, that they keep Decatur in such a way, at such a level that it could be economically diverse.
Now that we need to get back to everybody taking up time with, no matter who child it is.
Amen.
Everybody's child, because if you see one, even the fathers, if they see some kids that don't have a father, if you can be a father, if you can mentor that child, you need to try to mentor that child. If you have play dates, if you can have somebody to come over to your house or the family and just have lunch with them and stuff, and that'll instill to that child a community, how it's supposed to be. you know, whether or not their home life is like that or not, you can show them how it is supposed to be in you know, in your home life. But in Decatur, around 3rd Avenue, 2nd Avenue, 5th Avenue, we had the Calhouns, we had the Duncans, we had the Madison, we had the Brown. Everybody was family. Everybody know everybody. You can go, and we had Miss Calhoun. She was our patrol lady, and she was everybody's mama. At 5th Avenue, she would help us cross the street. And you better not cross the street at 4th Avenue. You're supposed to cross the street up there at 5th Avenue where the school at. Sometimes we'll cut through and cross the street by Miss Louise's house. And she, I don't know how the lady seen us, but she will see her and she'll get you the next day. You didn't cross the street where you're supposed to, and you didn't do it no more. Because you somehow, she was directing traffic, but she can still also see a block away to see which children was crossing that street on 4th Avenue going, you know, going back and everything. So it was a community where everybody knew everybody's parents and everybody, you know, stick together. So if we went to spend the night with somebody, our parents know what kind of household that they had because everybody was still together and everybody took a part in raising everybody's children. And we got whooping by everybody mama and everybody daddy. And everybody knew everybody's telephone number. So if you was out somewhere, they tell on you. And we was all up on Spring Street. We had friends on Spring Street. That's right up the street here. We was all up there, Spring Street, Knox Street. If we get up there, Far Road, West Far Road, I don't know how mom and daddy know we was up there. They know we you up there. So everybody took a part of raising the kids.
Now, I've been here in the Decatur area ever since 1957. I've been here that long. And all of my children and most of my grandchildren was born here in Decatur. I lived right up the street, about a block and a half, I guess, maybe 2 blocks from here. And that's why we started our little family, the Hamilton family, and the rest of them sprung off of that. And I try to bring them all to church, but they don't like to follow everywhere I go. But that don't stop me. Either they ready and they ready to go, or I leave them at home. And I would like for all of them to be with me. My daughter, she's always there, just about by my side, and I got a little great grand. She's always by my side when she could be with me. And I have still enough in her to let her know that Jesus loves her. And she got to show her love by showing it toward one another. And she showed her love towards me by trying to tell me that I need to be careful on the way I walk and the way I sit, because she wants me to be with her a long time. And and she is as sweet as she wants to be. And I just say that Decatur has changed a whole lot since I've been here. When I first moved here in Decatur, my children could run up and down the streets all time of night. It didn't even matter what time they get out there playing. But now you can't do that. You can't play out in the street now like you used to could. We used to never lock our door at home. But now if you don't lock the door now, they'll come by and take your door and your home. And you won't have nothing. But God is still good because we are still here, sitting on the promise that he has given us. And I am Pastor Hamilton. I am Pastor Jesus House of Prayer. And we emerged with Second New Mission, and we've been here a few days now, and we are looking for great things to happen around in this community. And we invite anybody that want to come and then worship with us. Worship Jesus with us. We don't have nothing more to offer but Jesus. Anything else, we don't have it.